Great day, family. Hope all is well. Hope all is good. Hope everyone is being safe. Oh man, what a time to be alive. Thank God for this day. To God be the glory. I done came a long way. God has brought me a long way. Thank God for his mercy. Thank God for his grace. Thank him for his continuous support. I thank him for standing in the gap for me. I thank him for always interceding for me. This person that you see today, I wasn't always this person. I'm probably still not always responsible, but I wasn't this responsible. I wasn't a person that took accountability for my actions. I wasn't a person that took ownership. And when I started taking ownership for my life, when I started taking responsibility for my actions, when I stopped pointing the fingers at other people and started pointing the finger at myself, that's when things started to turn for me. That's when things started to change for me, or look up for me. I remember there was a time, man, where I couldn't keep my own place to save my life. I couldn't keep my own home. I had one, lost it. Had another one, lost it. Got another one, lost it. So on and so forth, right? Until one day I made up my mind and said, you know what, this is my last time not being responsible. This is my last time not taking ownership. This is my last time not taking accountability. And thank God to my parents. Thank God to my sister at the time, right? Thank God that they were understanding and always was there for me, always opened their arms to me and opened their homes to me. Especially my parents, right? When I couldn't keep a place, that's where I ran back to. That's where I went back to. And they welcomed me with open arms. And even though they welcomed me with open arms, I gotta admit, I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. And I'm thankful that God gave me parents who cared, who knew that I wasn't there yet in terms of being responsible, obviously, in terms of taking accountability, in terms of taking ownership of my life. But I also felt that a part of me was taking advantage of that, right? Using them as a crutch, using them as a scapegoat, meaning if it didn't work out, I knew I could always run back to my parents. If it didn't work out, I knew I could always look to them to take me in and take care of me. If it didn't work out, I knew that they had my back. So subconsciously or consciously, I had that to depend upon. I had them to lean on if it didn't work out. I remember the last time I went to stay with my parents. And I remember talking to my mom and I said, Mom, this will be my last time coming back home. This is it. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get on my feet, to save up enough money, to get my own place. And this will be my last time coming back home. This will be my last time coming back home because I wasn't being responsible. I wasn't taking accountability of my life. I wasn't taking ownership of my life. And it wasn't fair to them. You gotta understand, I'm 31, 32 around this time, a grown man. Well, not really, because I'm not taking responsibility for my life. Let's call it what it is. I'm not taking ownership of my life, so I can't be a grown man. I'm not taking accountability for my life, so I can't be a grown man, as I thought I was. It wasn't fair to them, being that they're married, and I know they want their privacy, and I want my privacy as well. But it really wasn't fair to them, for them to look after me, for them to continue raising me. Not that they probably had a problem looking out for me, but I felt like it wasn't fair to them that I invaded their space, so to speak, due to my lack of being responsible, due to my lack of not stepping up for myself. And so I remember telling my mom, like, this is my last time coming. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get back on my feet, or to get on my feet. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that this doesn't happen again. I remember working at UFIT in the daytime, and then working a security job overnight to save up enough money to get my own place. Working 6 days a week at UFIT and working 2 nights a week doing security. So I was working almost every day. I was willing to do whatever it takes to get on my feet so that this doesn't happen again. It was time for me to become a man. I know I'm gonna speak for myself. I thought being 30, 31 made me a man. Your age doesn't make you a man. My age didn't make me a man. It's when I started taking responsibility for my life. That's when I became a man. It's when I started taking accountability for my actions. That's when I became a man. When I started taking ownership for my life, that's when I became a man. Up until that point, I was not a man. Hear me clearly. I was not a man. And I'm still learning on becoming, on what it is to be a man. I'm still learning on being a man. I'm still learning these things. And I must say, it's not because I didn't have good representation around me. Because my stepdad, who I consider my dad, he is a great example of what it is to be a man. So it's not that I didn't have the example or the representation of being a man. It's just that I wasn't taking the initiative or taking advantage of what was being presented to me to be a man. I wasn't putting those things into practice to be a man. You understand? So I always had great representation of men around me, like my dad, like my uncles, like some of my friends. I had them around me, like some of my coaches, my mentors. I had them around me. I just wasn't taking those, character traits and instilling it within myself and being a man. And so once I started again, family, taking ownership for my life, taking responsibility for my life, taking accountability for my actions or lack thereof, that's when things started to change for me. And I thank God for taking his time with me, for not turning his back on me, for his grace, his mercy, his undeserved kindness. I thank God, because I noticed that I was repeating the same thing over and over. And one thing I've learned about God is you will continue to repeat the lesson until you pass the lesson. You will continue to repeat the lesson until you get and understand and pass the lesson. And it's by God's grace, it's by God's will that I've been able to hold my own, through God, of course, for the past 5-6 years. Right? All because I was done playing. I had to get serious. I had to be responsible. I had to take ownership. I had to start taking accountability. And so I'm here to share with you, if you are a man out there and you want your life to change for the better, you want your life to turn, do a complete 180, you want your life to start taking off in the direction that you want to go, then you have to start taking accountability for your actions. You have to start taking responsibility for your life. You have to start owning your stuff. I don't like to curse. I could have said start owning your, but you know what I mean. You have to start owning your stuff. And stop blaming other people for what you don't have, for who you're not, or for where you're not. I don't know if I said that right, but you get what I'm saying. All right, stop pointing the finger at other people. Stop blaming other people. Stop using people as an excuse for not being who you want to be, for not doing the things that you want to do and not having the things that you want to have. Once you stop doing that and start pointing the finger at yourself, things will start to change for you for the better. I promise you. Things will start to change for you for the better. All right? Again, hey, I wasn't always this way. I wasn't always this person that I am today. Again, thank God for grace. Thank God for mercy. Thank God for his undeserved kindness. I hope you found this message useful, family. I hope you have a great day. Till next time, peace, love.